Hello there guys, so this is going to be a crystalline haul, plus this mirror. My partner took me crystal shopping today. He was like, thank you for being there for me, and I know you've been having a bit of a rough time yourself, so I'm going to take you, I'm going to buy some crystals. And I was like, yay! I needed it. Yeah, I needed it. It felt good. So the first thing I got was this little mirror. Now this is actually a candle stand, they call them. They're from Wilko's. So if you're in the UK, you can get these from Wilko's. And Tracy W on Facebook has some beautiful crystal setups where she puts them on mirrors, and I was like, I need to try that, at least on a sort of a mini crystal grid type setup, I guess. I really like it. I really like the reflection of the crystals in the mirror. I like the idea of amplifying and using the energies of mirrors sort of in alignment, if you like, with crystal gridding. And I really liked it. It's £1.50 from Wilko's, so if you're in the UK you can get these at a reasonably cheap price in Wilko's, and I fully recommend it. So let's just move that out of the way. So it's just, you can see that the back has little things on. It was £1.50, and yeah, let's not reflect too much. we don't need to see my feet or anything like that. I've got my Jack Skellington slippers on though, so that's kind of cool. So the first thing I picked up, there was a number of reasons actually I went into the crystal holistic place today. The lady had found me a crystal and put it by the side, and that will be the last crystal I show because it's extra special. And like I said, my partner and I have been going through stuff with work and things, and he was like, I don't know how, you know, if in the immediate future we're going to be able to do this again for a while, so I'll take you for a little crystal shop and get some goodies. So the first thing is they had some beautiful new quartz pieces, and I actually picked up this one. Oh gosh, the light in here is going to be interesting. I will move it around in a second. I'm just going to talk about it, and we'll talk about the properties as well. There we go. You can see they had quite a few in a basket, and this one has a little sort of rainbow in it. If I'm going to move myself and see if I can find where the rainbow is. Where was it? I thought it was around there. It's around here. I don't know if you're even going to be able to see it in the... Okay. Some beautiful light though. And it does sit quite nicely as a point, which is going to mean I can grid with it. So I'll read to you the meanings from the crystal bibble, and then we'll talk about why I decided to grab myself a quartz. Quartz is the most powerful healing and energy amplifier on the planet because of its unique helical spiral crystalline form. It absorbs, stores, releases and regulates energy. It's excellent for unblocking energy. Works at a vibrational level attuned to the specific energy requirements of the person needing healing. It takes the energy to the most perfect state possible, going back to before the disease set in, cleanses and enhances the organs. On a spiritual level, it raises energy to the highest possible level. Containing every colour possible, clear quartz works on all levels of being, storing information. Like a natural computer, these crystals are a spiritual library waiting to be accessed. That's nice, isn't it? Quartz has the ability to dissolve karmic seeds. It enhances psychic abilities and tunes you to your spiritual purpose. Using meditation, it filters out distractions. Most efficient receptor for programming, which is why it's often one of the first crystals people are encouraged to work with. So right, yes. A master healer, can be used for any kind of healing. The shape of a quartz is deeply significant. Let's have a look what it says then. The point, yep. Yeah, it sort of facilitates energy going through the point. That's all it says about that. Thought we were going to have a little bit more info than that, but never mind. Okay, so I decided to pick up a quartz, clear quartz, and I really liked the point as well. I'd really been thinking about getting a larger piece, and I really want a massive piece, but that's dream pipe, dream pipe thinking, because they're so expensive. Just for the energy, just to have a really nice focal point. It's been kind of coming to my attention over and over and over again, and it's one of those intuition-y things. I often pick crystals on intuition, and it's just been talking to me about I need to get one, so I did. And they were relatively inexpensive as well, and this one has some lovely inclusions in it. Some of them weren't so great, but this one has a rainbow shimmer through and some lovely inclusions. It's lovely, and it sits really well in between my hands, which there you go, you can kind of see inside of it, which I really like. Okay, and then I'm going to bring the mirror back so you can see this a bit. Come on, there we go. I was hoping they might have some little quartz bits for gridding, but they didn't have any clear quartz bits for gridding. They did have these. Super excited for these. Let's do it that way. Fingerprints all over my mirror already. I haven't cleansed any of these yet. I haven't cleansed the mirror, but you see how beautifully the light reacts? These are smoky quartz points. I've talked a lot about smoky quartz. It's grounding, anchoring, raises the vibration. It basically cleanses out all negativity. It just transforms negative energy. It's very grounding. It's good for when you're stressing out. It's a detoxifier on all levels. It relieves fear, lifts depression, brings emotional calmness, alleviates suicidal tendencies. However, if you have suicidal tendencies, please seek help. Promotes a positive, pragmatic thought pattern, can be used to scry, can be used for clear insight, facilitates moving between alpha and beta states of mind. I freaking love smoky quartz. I really do. It's beautiful, and I find it very strong in terms of divination and psychic awareness, as well as protection. And we've just had it, of course, as part and parcel of the wolf totem, the wolf magic. So that was really great to see some points. It means I can do some gridding, and gridding is something I really need to do this week. Is there anything else we need to say about that? I don't think there is. Okay, so let's just shift you little guys off. I guess we can keep the mirror for these next ones that help show them. Right, so the next one is Brazilianite, which I wouldn't have picked myself, and the lady in the shop actually picked them out and showed me. And it started speaking to me pretty quickly. It's a very small, very yellow crystal. Let's have a read. I haven't worked with this one yet, so I will be interested to. Has a zingy high energy vibration that empowers the spiritual will and assists manifestation. Highly creative, spiritually opens metaphysical gifts and shows how to achieve apparently supernatural feats. Assists in knowing where you should end and others begin in terms of establishing boundaries with other people. Teaching how to say no and preventing psychic intrusion into your space. Well, it's bloody perfect, basically. Helps overcome a victim or martyr mentality, especially if this has a past life root. In teaching instead how to be a proud survivor. Shows you also how to expand your boundaries if your boundaries are too tight because of fear or previous abuse. Emotionally, it assists in becoming aware of your vulnerabilities. Helps you to transmute any resentments into forgiving yourself and gaining emotional strength. So basically, it's perfect. It's perfect right now. There you go. So I wouldn't have picked this one myself. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of yellow crystals. Don't know why. Yellows and greens I don't tend to pick, and I don't know why that is. Okay, the next one, I have a problem. So the next one is ruby and feldspar, and I don't have a meaning. I'm sorry about that. I would have thought they would all be in these crystal bibbles, but ruby and feldspar is not in here. Feldspar I can't see in here at all. I don't have the third one, so I'm guessing it may be in the third one. No, it's just not in here. I know ruby is an energizing stone, helps you to really break through barriers and things like that. Energizes, get up and go. I think it was a transformation one. I think that's what I read in the store. Oh, the combinations. Even oh no. I thought it might be in the combination bit, but it's not. It's a detoxifier. Sharp mind, heightened awareness, protection. So I'm not entirely sure about the ruby in feldspar, which is a shame. I thought they would be in these books. That's a bit odd. Oh, they've got red feldspar. One second, let's see what it says about red feldspar. Yeah, it is about changes and spiritual awareness and loving yourself, so I'm guessing that's what the mix will be. Right. The next one we do have, thank goodness. It's a bit odd. Right. So, the next one has been following me around a bit. I've took notice today and went and got some. So this, are we focusing? Thank you. Is Rhodochrosite. Represents selfless love and compassion, expands the consciousness, integrates spiritual with material energies, imparts a dynamic and positive attitude. Excellent stone for the heart, especially for those who feel unloved. It is the stone par excellence for healing sexual abuse. Rhodochrosite attracts a soulmate, but this may not be the blissful experience you're hoping for. Soulmates are not people who give us an easy time in life, but instead help us learn our lessons. This is not always pleasant, it is always for our higher good. Clears the solar plexus and base chakras. Gently brings painful repressed feelings to the surface, allowing them to be released. Helps identify ongoing patterns and shows you the purpose behind this experience. Well, I don't have an aversion to the stone, so that's not. Mentally enlivening, encourages positive attitude, enhances dream states, encourages spontaneity, lifts the pressed mood. Right, so we're nearly there. Just 2 more, so that's it for the little tumbly ones. So naturally, come on, thank you. Right, so this is Labradorite. Now this does have a shimmer, and I just have to remember whereabouts the shimmer was. The light's a bit off in here, right? Come on, where are you? Hang on, let me sit here and hold it in my hand. Oh, is it there? Is that the glow? Okay. You can see that. You can see the tiger lines. There is another glow somewhere. I'm sure there was more of a... Basically, Labradorite... Ah, right, yeah. See that glow in here? It's difficult for me to get because it's dead on. But there... Yeah. I'll move it around. Hopefully you'll see it. It's difficult to tell when I'm looking through the camera lens. Labradorite is my stone of choice right now. The shaman stone, the change stone, the mystical stone, it can be used for anything and everything. It harbours absolutely no negative energy. So it can't be used for negative purposes, and it cleanses out all negativity, and it's just amazing. Just is. It helps you connect to your higher self, connect to your psychic abilities, everything and everything. I just love it. It's the one stone I just can't live without. Right, 1 second. So the final crystal that I'm going to show you is actually one that the lady in the shop held for me. She saw it and said, you know, I think this is for you. Right. And it absolutely is. And Angie's going to like this one, I think. I know she works with it. This is a piece of black kyanite, which I have worked with in the past. I do adore it. And the reason she held it for me is because it looks very much like a crow wing. Do you see that? And then how amazing. They had quite a few pieces of black kyanite, but she held this for me. And on the way home from purchasing this, there were a whole metric ton of crows in the road, and we had to stop. They were eating carrion at the side of the road, and they flew off once we'd stopped, but we were stopped by crows. It was just incredible. It was just something else. So black kyanite is an effective earth and psychological healing tool that assists in moving into the in-between state to access and manifest the current soul plan, releases soul imperatives that no longer serve, shows the karma currently created by present choices, and assists in foreseeing the outcome of the soul plan. An efficient stone for psychological and auric cleansing. The striations rapidly move negativity out of the subtle bodies, even aligning the chakras. Assists in mental cleansing, as well as healing of a lot of kinds, particularly those affected by environmental issues such as pollution. It's a very strong protective stone as well, which doesn't seem to be in here. but I find it to be hugely cleansing and protective. So this is amazing. This crow wing, this is something else. This is probably going on the altar. It's just so beautiful. It's just so amazing, and the fact she held it for me is just, you know, part and parcel of why you should support your local spiritual places. So that's it for this video. Many blessings.